Airline Manager 4 gameplay. Okay, so the newest event is that I bought a new hub, which is Madrid, Spain, and the reason why is because Madrid is one of the best European cities, and I am going to see where it flies to. Obviously, it's going to come out towards New Zealand. So I'm going to do a stopover here. And it's giving me one choice. $79.90. That's a pretty good price, and the demand is okay. So to calculate the demand, you take the 322, you double this number, which is 960. You triple this number, which is going to bring it up to 1,300, 1,600, which means that the demand is sufficient for a round trip. And I'm going to create the route. But I have to correct for the demand. I have to adjust the seating. So I'm going to go to maintenance. I'm going to go to modify. I'm going to do these enhancements. I have lots of money, so I can afford to do it. And then I'm going to do the F class first. You take the 116 divided by 2, it's 58. And I use the keyboard to bring it up to 58 so that you get, because if you don't do that, you might have fewer business class seats. And then the 481, divide that by 2, it's 240, and I only got 213, so I'm going to be fine. Then I hit modify. So the other issue is I've got a lot of parked vehicles, which are down here at the bottom at Asuncion, and I want to move them to Madrid. So I'm going to do a ferry flight. Then you hit create route. The good thing about the ferry flight is you don't have to ground the aircraft. It's just going to send it there, and it'll be waiting when you get there. If you do a route, when it gets there, it's going to do a return trip. So you have to remember to ground the aircraft. Do another ferry flight. So Madrid is over here, and then I click next, and then I do create route, and then I'm going to depart. Then I go to fleet, and I go to parked. All of these aircraft are new, so they don't have the optimizations for the lower fuel and the faster speed and all that other stuff. I'm going to have to do it later. So I'm going to take another one from Asuncion, and I'm going to do another ferry flight to Madrid. I don't know if I'm going to do all of them, because obviously I want to buy more hubs. But I got to decide what hub I'm going to buy. Did it go? There it is. So I've got enough planes that I think I could do one more hub. Do another ferry flight. This is going to be the last one. I'm going to move on to something else. So, as one example is, there are 2 hubs in Madrid that are pretty good. And you could go with both of them. Also, there is a global challenge dispatch airplanes to fill up the meter together with all other players. And then it says unique achievement. I wonder what that means. I'm going to go to my hub. I saw a lot of planes in Jakarta, which is here. So it looks like I've got a lot of aircraft here. You see that there's two at the bottom that don't have proper routes. So these need to be fixed. This was probably sent here on a ferry flight. So I'm going to reroute it. But you don't want to reroute it, obviously, to a place where you already have. I've got so many routes. The next one is a cargo aircraft. And you see it's the SVVG. I'm going to do that one first. It's going to be easier. Just got to remember not to go to SVVG. I'm going to do international route. It's going to be near Nigeria. Is going to be the stopover. Looks like Libya. Then I'm going to click next. Maybe I have to pick a different... I must have forgotten to hit the stopover button or something. Okay, so I'm going to go back to hubs, go back to Jakarta. Pick this one over here. I'm sorry that it's so slow. It's because I play internationally. Isn't this just exciting? Maybe I lost my internet. Well, it looks like I don't have a connection to the server right now. Or at least I don't have a good connection. Jakarta. Try again. Okay, you hit reroute. You pick something over here. Okay, so it's asking me to purchase a hub. It's not supposed to do that. So that means I have to do it again. Got to go to hubs. Hit Jakarta. Go back down. Do reroute. Do international. I will take this one here. And then you hit stopover. And I don't want SVVG. $18.85 is pretty good. You see over here, it's not giving me the option. I must have. You have to click over here where it says back, but it was covered by I don't know. It was covered by the other window, so I'll try to avoid doing that. What's going on here? I'm going to do back again. Do international route. This is a pain. Unfortunately, it used to be worse. Click over here. Hit stopover. I will try here. and then hit next. 1878, can't move this window. $19.03 is pretty good, and it's not SVVG. And the demand is really good. I don't have to make any changes. I could put more than one aircraft on this route, and it's ready to depart. Okay, so I'm going to go to Fleet and go to Parked. We'll see what else is out here. You see there's another aircraft in Jakarta. There's a lot of aircraft in Jakarta that need to be routed. I think I am going to reroute this as a ferry flight to Madrid. And I'll hit next and then create route and depart. So now we got this aircraft over here in Jakarta. It's kind of difficult to manage it because this is the one right over here. The route's too short, which means it was probably a ferry flight. The issue is, how do you make a new route without going somewhere that you've already been? And look how long all these routes are. I'm going to check this one. 8132 to Bucaramanga. So your option is to either write everything down. What you do is why does it say 12,000 kilometers? Oh, so I've got another aircraft. I've got two aircraft that need to be redone. So what you do is you copy everything like this. You hit the copy. And then you go to a spreadsheet. Or you do Notepad. I'm just going to do Notepad. And paste everything. And then what I do is I remove anything that is cargo, which I am doing right now in Notepad. And then I go back to the game, and I'm going to click on this aircraft. You can see $0, which means it was a ferry flight. Oh, this is in progress. Okay. That's why I didn't see it before. But I believe that there is another aircraft. That one's going to Madrid, which is this one over here. So what I could do is send it to Madrid. Madrid could use the extra aircraft, so I might as well send it. Although Jakarta does look really nice. I mean, I saw a lot of long-range flights. So I'm going to send that one to Madrid. So we've got Lima, Peru. Going to go to hubs. Here's Lima, Peru. Got a lot of aircraft at Lima, Peru. Lima is a good hub. I don't know if I want to add more to Lima. So I'm going to look at Madrid, see what Madrid's doing. Not that many. But you know what? I don't think there's a lot of good flights out of Madrid. It looks like I've got two that are identical, which means one of them's going to have to go. I've got the money to buy a new hub, but you have to know which one to buy. You know, that's the way it is. Brunei. I'm going to check Brunei. So I'm going to go to fleet. I think the research opens up over here also. I'm going to go over here. Now I apologize it's taking so long. And then I'm going to go to research, custom departure. I'm going to kick the max distance up to 20,000. I'm going to go to Brunei and hit search. 19837. This does not have long enough flights. 19.8 is the minimum. 19.5 is under my minimum. Looks like the demand for passengers is kind of okay, but I want something better than that. So let's try Kuala Lumpur. You go to research, custom departure, max distance. Obviously I know where Malaysia is, but over here it also says Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Hit search. 18.9, that's way below the average. So I don't want Kuala Lumpur. Don't know what this is. Manila. The place where I live right now is literally on this map right now. Okay, so we go to research. We go custom departure. I'm going to go to Philippines. I haven't gone through every country, but I've gone through like 25% looking at airports. Obviously, I want to know from Manila. So I'm going to do Manila and then hit search. 19.7 is kind of low. I'm going to try Davao. 19.6. I'm going to try... Oh, Cebu is not here. Lapu-Lapu City. I used to live in Lapu-Lapu City. That's where Magellan landed. It's got one good route to Brazil. The rest of them are under my target, and the demand's too low. I'll try... I saw Masbate. 19.7, 19.6. Tacloban. 19.8. So you see it goes to Alta Floresta. We could go to Alta Floresta and see what the best route is to the Philippines. Zamboanga. 19.9. So I'm going to do the reverse. I'm going to go to Brazil, Jaca, Recanga. And it should show up in the Philippines. Zamboanga, Jolo, Pagadian, Cotabato, Ozamis, Sanga, Malaysia, Lahad, Datu. So I'm going to check out this. You know what? The numbers are too low. Okay, I don't think we're going to get something good out of the Philippines. I thought I had this hub. I seem to recall that Taiwan was a good hub. And I don't have it yet. So I'm going to research from Taiwan. I used to have a hub in Taiwan, but it was not good. So I sold it. However, it's a different story now. Now I have a lot of long-range aircraft. So I'm going to do custom departure. I'm going to do Taiwan. I'm going to do 20,000. We're going to take, where's the airport? It said, okay, it's Taipei. $19,998. Yeah, these are pretty good. They're not amazing. The demand's not good enough. This is the one that I had before. Yeah, look at that. There's nothing here because at the time I didn't know anything about how demand worked. So we'll check everything. Not good. Not good. Nothing there. This is not so bad. I don't think I'm going to get anything good out of here. So I've checked like half of Taiwan. And I'm getting more near the end now. Wow, only 4 passenger demand. In fact, I saw one that said 3. And then I got one more. That's good. Okay, look at that. Taiwan, Taipei has good demand. And the distance is okay. 965. I mean, it's not going to make a lot of money. The first one I could do round trip. The second one I could do round trip. The third one maybe not. The fourth one, yes. I could get a couple of flights out of here. So there's a chance I'm going to buy Taiwan, Taipei. I am going to advise you, it doesn't look like a good airport. And I know I checked Hong Kong. Matsu, Nangan. Unfortunately, over here it does. Oh, this is also part of Taiwan? Oh, I didn't know that. So I could try another one of these Chinese airports. Wenzhou. Wenzhou, it's probably called. So I'm going to check Wenzhou. I'm going to do custom departure, and then I'm going to do China. And 20,000, and I'm going to hit search. 19,999, 19,999, 19,800. All the distances are good. Demand's a little low. Okay, we'll try Nanjing. Demand's too low. Guangzhou. Demand is pretty good. Distance is okay. So it's possible I could get something out of this one. That one, no. And I'm going to check one more. And then one more, because I was disappointed with that. ZMN. So I think that there's some potentials in here. And I'm going to guess that it's going to be perhaps these hubs where there's a plane sitting there. It says SAEZ, ZSHC. That's another little trick you can use. So this is Hangzhou. I think I checked Hong Kong already. Don't like it that it's doing this. I don't expect anything out of India. Got 18 aircraft parked. So we're going to check Ulan Bator, and notice that it looks like the demand shows that it's already flown, or it's already been modified. So I don't have that many over here. But the question is, why are those aircraft parked? So looks like it hasn't flown yet. It's delivered 3 years ago. Gonna check the route. Doesn't give any routing information. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to depart all of my planes. I'm going to go to marketing. And I'm going to do a new campaign. Airline reputation. I'm going to do 4 hours. And I'm going to do campaign 4. And then I'm going to do a new campaign, cargo reputation, for 4 hours. And then I'm going to do eco-friendly. So I did that. I'm going to check to make sure I am eco-friendly. And that I have fuel. Okay. So now I'm going to depart the aircraft. How do you depart the aircraft? Oh, there it is. So I'm going to depart 20. And then I have to refuel. Because of the way it works, you don't have to refuel. I don't have to refuel every time, but I got to buy the quotas every time. So I'm not going to refuel. When I first started playing the game, you could depart 30 aircraft, but then they lowered it to 20. Gonna hit depart. So after I do this, I'm going to go look at my parked aircraft, and I'll know which ones are in flight, which ones are parked. It's going to help me make some better decisions about where I route them to. I don't know if you noticed, but my fuel was over 7,000, and I do around 7,000 every time I depart. So it's going to say around 14,000 if the page ever comes up. It says 15,000 in holding. And now it's going to say around 7,000. If it didn't, it's probably because it departed some smaller aircraft. These aircraft, I don't know if they're grounded or if they're parked, but we're going to find out. Fuel's cheap. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to my fleet, and I'm going to go back to the parked aircraft. So you see I got a lot of aircraft that's grounded, and I got to figure out why. Some of them look like planes I want to sell. Like this DC-9, I'm just going to sell it. I don't worry about the market value because I have so many aircraft that, and I got so much money. I even had more money at one time. At one time I had double the amount of money that I have now. So I'm going to sell these, and I'm just going to buy the bigger aircraft. I wanted to do testing on aircraft, but it's, I mean, you're going to come up with the same answers, which is that the bigger aircraft make more money. That's what the answer is always going to be. These look like smaller aircraft. This one looks like a smaller aircraft. One thing that was interesting about the game is that there were airplanes that I bought and I only used them for a few days and then I sold them. When you have a large fleet, that sort of thing will happen because you're constantly upgrading planes. So what's going to happen is I'm going to free up some routes, like in Gaborone over here, which means that I'm going to put aircraft in those hubs that have higher capacity, that are going to get to go on the routes that these smaller planes were going on. Buying aircraft, buying cargo can be a pain because you can only buy one at a time. It's not like the passenger where you can buy many at a time. Those are all in flight. These are good aircraft. I'm going to have to figure out why they're grounded. And I'm obviously going to be ordering cargo. So the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my company and I'm going to go to my staff and go to training, because there is something over here that I have training points for, which is going to increase my fleet size. So I'll be able to buy another passenger aircraft the next time I play the game. I'm going to check my email. There's people that contact me and they ask about joining, but I don't play often enough to join their airlines, because I don't play every day anymore. So it looks like they deleted the old email, so I don't know what this guy's saying. I bet you it was me telling him I don't play anymore. I'm going to go over here and look under duty free, and you want to hit the bi-weekly gift. Hit claim on that. And it will do a pop-up. I got a 40% fuel discount for 6 hours. You want to make sure you do that first. I do have the Airport Tycoon game. It is nice, but it took a short time for me to complete the game. Okay, so that's a little bit of gameplay about Airline Manager 4. I think I'm going to take a break right now and look for more. I'm going to be doing some live streaming for this game because there's a lot of work to do. If you have any questions or comments, please post below.